Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get straight into the Super Sedan final. Dustin Higgs and Gary Higgs, father and son on the front row. Phil Barton, Nathan Tearley, Keith Higgs, Ryan Huxtable, Steve Larson, Matthew McMahon and Craig Gilbert. 20 laps out of our 9 Super Sedans. They sail off for round 6 of the WA Super Sedan Series. And Dustin Higgs will lead him down the back straight for the first time. It's a matter of the dispatch over his dad, Gary Higgs, who's hiking the left front wheel on the sweet chassis into the front straight. Phil Barton sits in third from Nathan Tearley and Keith Higgs. Bouncing back after a non-finish in his last heat race, sits inside the top 5, as I think Ryan Huxtable going to take the 23 cut of the infield. But up front, it's all the Dustin Higgs leading Gary Dusty Higgs, his old man. Cars 1 and 81 respectively. And Phil Barton, Filthy Phil out of Broome. Does he have something for the 2 race leaders in Gary Higgs and Dustin Higgs, looking to win his 5th feature race on the trot with the WA Super Sedan Series. He leads the way from Gary Higgs, Phil Barton. Bit of a gap back to the 25 out of Mount Parker of Nathan Tearley. Keith Higgs in the insane chassis. Car number 8 sits in 5th place from car number 43 of Craig Gilbert. He's made a good start on the Monaro-bodied rocket. For the back, Matthew McMahon, and running the back, car number 96 of Steve Larson, with Ryan Huxtable out after 2 circulations. But Dustin Higgs leading the way, and I'm not sure if the old man's got something for him, as we're a quarter of the way through this one. 5 down and 15 remaining. And Dustin Higgs very shortly will have the first of the slower cars to negotiate in the form of car number 96 of Steve Larson. So they make their way out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. The gap actually starting to widen now between the race leader Dustin Higgs and his dad Gary. In car number 81 he sits in second. Filthy Phil Barton for MG Tyres. The Dominator chassis for Macquarie Brown Earth Moving, all the way from Broome, sits in third. Nathan Tearley and Keith Higgs round out your top 5. Craig Gilbert, his best run of the night, he sits in 6th. The 85 of Matthew McMahon and 96 of Steve Larson. It's just getting a little bit tight at the front of the field between our race leader, the state champion Dustin Higgs, and the 3-time state champion Gary Higgs. So head past the Coara Contractors sign in pits corner into the front straight. With 9 down and 11 remaining with green. We've gone green without a stoppage thus far in this Super Sedan final. And Dustin Higgs, with the WA1 on the door, leading the way, untouchable this season in the WA Super Sedan Series. Continues to lead from Gary Higgs, who sits in second. Phil Barton closing the gap ever so slightly on Gary Higgs as they work their way through the traffic. This might be the moment for Phil Barton to try and capitalise on some of these slower cars that our leaders are having to negotiate. But the further this race goes on, the further in front does Dustin Higgs get ahead of his dad Gary, as the sweet chassis of Dustin Higgs thunders down the front straight here in Margaret River, as Gary Higgs getting seriously inconvenienced by Matty McMahon, who wouldn't even know that Gary's there. He has a big moment. Does the 3-time state champion. Here comes Phil Barton to the inside and car number 36. They're nearly side by side through pits corner. Again, Gary Higgs gets inconvenienced by the 85 here in the front straight. He goes to the outside in turn number 1 and makes the move stick. Phil Barton's now going to try and contend with the same slower car of Matthew McMahon. So into turn number 3, Barton slides to the low line in pits corner. Bit of a gap back to Nathan Tearley and Keith Higgs, your top 5. But Gary Higgs has Phil Barton right on his back bumper in the concluding stages of this one. There's only 5 laps remaining, so we're 3/4 of the way home in this main event for round number 6 of the WA Super Sedan Series here in Western Australia. And it's the Maori Park Tavern sweet chassis of Dustin Higgs with just 4 laps remaining. Nice gap back to Gary Higgs. Phil Barton, your top three. Nathan Tierley and Keith Higgs, who's been fifth for most of this one, is potentially going to be down a lap in a few moments' time. But Dustin Higgs just working into the back bumper of the lap car of Keith Higgs in front of him, the 85. Just making life a little bit harder than it needs to be for the leader at this point in time. With 2 laps remaining, not that it's going to worry Dustin. He's got a half a lap gap back to his dad Gary, and Phil Barton still sitting back there in third place. But 1 to run for Dustin Higgs. Then he'll be 5 wins from 5 starts in feature race competition. The WA Super Sedan Series. He's going to bring great form into those state and national titles coming up in a few weeks' time in the Great Southern. But tonight in Margaret River, he'll go to victory lane. Dustin Higgs wins by over half a lap back to the 81 of Gary Higgs. Phil Barton will be home in third in car number 36 from Broome. Then back to the last car in the lead lap will be the 25 of Nathan Tierley. Rounding out your top 5 will be Keith Higgs. After that would have been Craig Gilbert in 43. And the next cars to complete the distance were Matthew McMahon and Steve Larson. But he's going to get the checkered flag in a few moments' time. Ladies and gentlemen, let him know you're out there. Car number 81 of Dustin Higgs. 5 wins from 5 starts in the WA Super Sedan Series. Just 1 round to come in a fortnight's time in Kalgoorlie. He'll tick that one off, put the series championship in the back pocket, and then settle in for those 3 rounds of the National Super Sedan Series coming to WA, which encapsulates the state and national titles. But let's hear it for him, Margaret River. Let him know you're out there. The WA champion has come to town and taken home the victory in the spoils on offer in round number 6, the WA Super Sedan Series. Flash your lights and toot your horns for Dustin Higgs, the WA champ. Gets it done here tonight in the Maori Park Tavern WA Super Sedan Series main event over the 20 laps. That was the last race of the night. And I'm going to head downstairs and have a bit of a chat to our feature race winner, Dustin Higgs, the WA champion, prevails here tonight in Margaret River. 20 laps was certainly a long way. Dustin, outstanding performance. Another feature race win in the WA Super Sedan Series. Great crowd here tonight for this Sedan Stampede. But the sweet chassis on rails again tonight. But your dad, Gary, come home in the runner-up position. So all in all, a clean sweep for the family. It's been just a great night at the office.
Yeah, it's good to have him back. Obviously, the last meeting we raced, he did a diff and didn't get the meeting through. But yeah, he's one of the toughest competitors out there. He won't really give you an inch, and you try not to give him an inch. But to be able to go racing every week with your old man is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, you go.
Unfortunately, we didn't have electronic timing on the cars tonight, but the racetrack just seemed pretty fast. It was hooked up, and the Super Sedans was just loving the conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex and the whole team here at Augusta Margaret River Speedway have done an awesome job tonight. A lot different from years gone by, and you can see these guys are working really hard here as a club to improve the track and put on some good racing. And just a little bit of water through the night has made. I was a bit worried in the start of the night when the water went down. We rolled out on it, but it actually went straight into the surface. And by the time we come around to go green, there was no slipping or sliding. It was pure traction all night, and I feel like it's easier to pass tonight. Like minimal dust. I hope it was good for all the fans that come out tonight. Yeah, just absolutely awesome.
Just one more round to go of the Super Sedan Summer Series. Then we move into what you'd call the business end of the season. It's probably all been, this Summer Series has been leading into those state national titles when the big guns rolling from the East Coast. So to have so much good form in domestically would be a good feather in the cap, and you'd be looking forward to those big races.
Yeah, especially too. I like Esperance, I like Mount Barker, but I especially love Albany. I've won a few races there over the last few years, and this new car with the crate engine, it's just so easy to set up. Tonight was the first time I did any setup changes on it in 4 shows. So we've basically just been putting fresh tyres on the back and fuel in the tank, and which just means it's easier for me to do my job, and it's just been an absolute dream, this new car.
A lot of people you'd like to thank for making it possible this season to go around, especially being a 2-car team.
Yeah, 100%. Happy Days Caravan Park in Albany, Mary Park Tavern. Yeah, we've got some people from the tavern down here tonight watching. Higgs Organic Blends, Baines Drilling up in Perth, RPM Race Products, Dave from Parkway Tavern. There's just so many people that have really chipped in this year, and obviously it makes it easier for us if we got our tyre and fuel bill sort of covered, and we can always have good tyres on the car. But especially too, coming to race here, we've got Chris from Trade Hire here, who's been a massive supporter of Super Sedans over the last few years. So it's good to come down and put on a good race for a local sponsor for the series. Yeah, we're just getting everything ready, still finishing off a new trailer, getting that ready for the NSSS and stuff, and we'll see what happens after Mount Barker. We might trek east a little bit, but yeah, it's been a busy year for me working on. I've had up to 5 supers in the shed at any one time, so yeah, it just makes it a bit more rewarding if we can get a win, because I've had 2 days off since the start of December, so I'm looking for a bit of a holiday.
I bet you are. You can go and put the feet up now and relax over the next couple of weeks and get the cars all prepared for those big races coming up in March, and all the best for the rest of the season, Dustin.
Yeah, thank you.